Fabulous here in New Minas. Today we're going to talk about loose tea infusers. Loose tea is rapidly gaining popularity in Canada. I think tea is almost the most widely drunk drink in the world, and it's for all kinds of reasons. It's tasty, it's healthy, it comes in a huge variety of flavors, but you do need a way to separate the leaves from the water. If you are old-fashioned and you brew it in a teapot, you can let the leaves all settle down to the bottom and then use a little sieve and pour it out and do all that, and maybe read your fortune afterwards because your tea leaves are there. But if you just want a quick cup of tea, which is how most of us drink it, you're going to need a way to capture the leaves, still get the flavor, the maximum flavor, and yet have a quick way to dispose of what's left, the leaves. So there are a variety of ways to do it. Everything is going to involve some sort of straining. So there are cute ones, but functional. This has a little silicone top, a very fine mesh. You would fill it with your tea leaves. When you're filling it, rule of thumb is 1 scoop, 1 teaspoon per cup. You have to about half fill this because you've got to allow room for the tea leaves to expand. Loose tea is a bigger leaf, unlike a tea bag. It's a big leaf tea, and it will expand at least double its size up to about 3 times its size. So this would be a single serving because when I fill it, it would come to about halfway up, and that leaves lots of room for expansion. So I would put my tea in here, I'd put my little umbrella handle on, and then I can hook it over my mug and pour my boiling water in. When I'm done, it has a convenient little stand, because now of course I'm going to have a few drops of tea. I'm not going to stand here for 5 minutes and let it all drip free. I'm going to put it in the stand and let it just drip, and my tea is ready. If that's a lot of work, I can put my tea into a little, what it's called a teacup basket. I'd put my tea in here, I'd put it in my mug, I'd pour the water in. It's deeper, but not all the way down into the mug, so I've got lots of place for the water to infuse the tea. And then when I'm done, I would take it out and I would put this one probably on a little saucer or dump it right into my compost. On the same principle, I've got my little tea squeezer. So this basket is for 1 cup of tea. I'm going to put my tea on one side, my loose tea, close it, put it in, pour my water in, let it steep for however long I need it to steep for. Now I've got a quick and easy way to dispose of my tea and just knock it into my compost or whatever I have to do. This one comes as a perfect 1 cup or a perfect 2 cup, which is actually better for a mug. A big mug is more than a teacup of tea is 5 to 6 ounces. A mug is going to be more like 8 to 10 ounces, so you may not get enough strength of tea in a small tea ball. Designed more for a teacup. Then we have your traditional tea balls, working on the same kind of principle as the little squeezer infuser. These separate. Again, you'd only fill one side because you're allowing expansion room on the other side. Close it. And now I can put this into a mug. We have a variety of sizes, starting at about 1 1/4 inch and going up to about a 3-inch ball. The 3-inch ball would be for your teapots. So they're designed, 1 inch would be for a 1 cup, 1 1/2 inches for 2 cups, 2 1/2 inches, and so on, getting bigger into the teapot. Again, the beauty of it is when you're finished, you take it out, you open it up, dump it into your compost, give it a rinse, and it's ready to use again. This is my preferred way to make tea because it also travels well. It's a make your own tea bag. These are unbleached cotton, and you do exactly the same thing. You take your scoop, you dump them in, give it a little shake to make sure it's near the bottom, fold it over, tuck it into your cup, and pour the water in. If you're afraid it's going to slide down into your cup, take a clothespin and just pin it to the top, and then it won't go anywhere. Works really well in a teapot because you can put the lid on and hang this out, and it keeps it floating around in the water. But again, when you're finished and you've brewed your tea enough, you pull it out, put the whole thing in the compost. They come in boxes numbered. So a number 1 is for a 1 cup, and then a number 2 is for like a 3 to 4 cup, and a number 3 for up to 6 cups, and so on, so that depending on how much tea you want to brew at each time, whether it's in a mug or in a pot. If you want a reusable bag, we also sell little muslin bags. Same idea, simple little muslin. The reason you want unbleached or a muslin is you don't want any transfer of taste from whatever the carrier is, the holder is, into your tea. And unbleached cotton has never been bleached, not going to get a chemical taste. I would give it a rinse first before I used it, but then I put my tea in, and again, I can just dump it out, reuse it dozens of times. This one's a little tea wand. This is the last way we have. Now this one's convenient because you scoop the tea with this, slide the top on, pour it down, and now I have a stir and a little infuser all in one. When I'm done, I dump it out and give it a rinse. But again, lots of holes. So the most important thing is lots of holes. If you're drinking loose tea, the flavor comes from the big leaf. If it's not got enough penetration of hot water, you're not going to get the flavor and you're going to be disappointed in your tea. That's how to have a good cup of tea.